If you run a cleaning business or any service business with people on your team, there's one mistake you might be making right now that feels like you're being a good person, but can quietly destroy your business. It can cost you clients, it can wreck your online reputation, and it can easily cost you tens of thousands of dollars a month. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 4 signs that you're being nice instead of kind as a leader, and how each one slowly escalates into bigger and bigger problems if you don't fix it. And I know this because I've lived through all 4. Now before we dive in, I'm John Margolley, founder of Happy Home Helpers, a 7-figure remote cleaning business, and Rags to Riches University, where I help people like you start a profitable cleaning business using nothing but a phone and laptop. I'm also a special consultant for Jobber, the leading software for home service businesses. I was featured several times on Jobber's podcast, and I was a keynote speaker at the Jobber Summit. And just so you're confident you're getting expert advice from someone who knows how to grow a cleaning business, here's my 1099 income statement from last year, and you can see that I made over $1.3 million. I have over 490 reviews with a 4.9 star rating, and my business was named the best cleaning service in Las Vegas. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's start with the first sign. Sign number 1, you explain away the first red flag. And it always starts small. A cleaner's late, and they say they had car trouble, flat tire, traffic, kid needed a ride, and you think, all right, stuff happens, so you let it go. Then it happens again. Different excuse, same result. Now clients are texting asking where their cleaner is, and your team is scrambling to adjust the schedules. But you still tell yourself, they're trying. They just need more time. They've had a rough week. But here's the leadership mistake. You treat a pattern like it's a one-time event. And when you don't address it early, what you're really saying is, this isn't that serious. But being kind here would have been addressing it the first time. Not angry, not dramatic, just clear. Because clarity early prevents chaos later. Sign number 2, you avoid hard conversations when excuses get personal. Then excuses get heavier. Hospital visits, sick kids, family emergencies, and now you really don't want to say anything. Because what are you supposed to say? Hey, stop having life problems? So instead of addressing the behavior, you stay quiet. You soften expectations and you lower the bar. But the business still needs reliability. Clients still expect clean properties, and your other cleaners still have to pick up the slack. So while you think you're protecting one person, you're shifting the burden onto everyone else. And that's when resentment starts growing inside your team. This is where niceness starts hurting people that you're not even thinking about. Sign number 3, you accept broken communication. Then communication starts slipping. They don't answer when you call, texts go unread, then you hear, my phone was in the car, my ringer was off, I didn't see the messages. Meanwhile, the client is calling you stressed out asking what's going on. And instead of saying, this can't happen again, you say, just please try to communicate better. Which sounds kind, but doesn't protect your business. Because at this point, the problem isn't just performance anymore, it's trust. And once communication breaks down, everything becomes reactive, stressful, and unpredictable. Sign number 4, you wait for a disaster to force a decision. And then eventually, there's a no-show, no message, no call, and just silence. Client is furious, you're refunding money, you're scrambling to cover the job. And now finally you know this can't continue. But instead of making a clean decision, you give another chance. And it's probably because you're short-staffed, because hiring is exhausting, because you really want it to work out. And that's when the real damage happens, because now it's not just one bad job, it's a lost client, a bad review, a reputation hit that never fully goes away. And if you run a cleaning business, you know this. Google reviews don't care about good intentions, and Yelp doesn't care that someone was having a rough season in life. And those reviews just sit there forever, staining your brand for every future customer to see. And this exact situation cost me over $20,000 a month in Airbnb revenue, all because I didn't act earlier. Now real quick, if you've ever kept a cleaner longer than you should have because you felt bad, hit the like button so I know I'm talking to the right people. And if you want more stuff that actually helps you run a cleaning business without losing your mind, subscribe. All right, now let's talk about how to fix this. Here's the truth I had to learn. Niceness protects comfort in the moment. Kindness protects outcomes in the long run. Niceness avoids awkward conversations. Kindness creates clarity. Niceness delays the truth. Kindness delivers it early when it can still help. And shout out to Layla Hermosi because something she said recently really nailed this. She said, niceness avoids comfort and delays the truth. Kindness requires honesty, timely feedback, and decisions that protect the organization's long-term health. Now that's leadership. You're responsible for the whole system, not just the person standing in front of you. So here's how you lead with kindness without sacrificing standards. Step number 1, set standards before problems happen. See, most owners only talk about expectations after something goes wrong. But that's backwards. Your cleaners and virtual assistants should know what on time means, what happens if they're running late, what counts as a no-show, and how fast they have to respond to messages. Because if people are guessing, you don't have standards, you have assumptions, and assumptions always fail under stress. Kind leadership removes guessing. Step number 2, address the first pattern, not the 5th. Here's the rule that I follow. First time equals feedback, second time equals warning, third time equals decision. Not emotional, not personal, just structured. Because when you wait until you're angry or desperate, you don't make calm leadership decisions. You make panic decisions. And those usually come after the damage has already been done. Step number 3, separate empathy from exceptions. Now you can care about someone's situation without changing the standard. And this is what that actually sounds like. I'm really sorry you're dealing with this. That's tough. And this role requires reliable attendance and communication. So we need to decide if this is something you can realistically commit to right now. You acknowledge the human, but you don't move the goalposts of the business. Because once you do, your best people start wondering why they're held to a higher standard, and that's how you lose your strongest team members. Step number 4, act quickly when a pattern is clear. Now you don't fire people because of one mistake. You let people go because of repeated bad behavior. And once that pattern is obvious, waiting longer doesn't make the outcome kinder. It just makes the fallout bigger. More client damage, more stress, more resentment inside your team. And fast decisions, they protect your reputation, your revenue, and the people who are actually doing great work. That is kindness at the leadership level. Most business disasters don't start with big explosions. They start with the small moments you choose not to address. Late arrivals, missing messages, excuses you didn't want to question. And every time you avoid one of these moments, you're borrowing stress from your future. And that bill always comes due. Now, if you're dealing with this right now, don't wait. Have the conversation. Be calm, be respectful, and be clear. Because discomfort now is cheaper than chaos later. And if this video hit close to home, drop a comment, cleaner or VA. And if you want more real-world advice on building a cleaning business that actually scales, make sure you're subscribed. I've made the mistakes already, so you don't have to. Being nice avoids discomfort. Being kind builds strong businesses. So choose clarity early, and your future self will thank you for it. Be sure to check out the links in the show notes and check out my website, johnmargolley.com, for more resources on how to start and grow a remote cleaning business. I'll see you in the next one.